Joumana Kayrouz. You've seen her images on giant billboards across the metro. Joumana Kayrouz. You've seen her images on buses across the city. Now get to know Joumana Kayrouz.
The war broke out in my home country, Lebanon. I was 11 years old, and I saw a lot of bloodshed and inequality and poverty. You can't grow up in an environment like that and not be affected by it and not want to make a difference. I graduated from Yale University with a master's in ethics. I speak 4 languages. It has always been innate in me fighting for the underdog and trying to do whatever it is I can to make a difference in the world.
Let Joumana Kayrouz protect your rights. Call the law offices of Joumana Kayrouz at 1-866-YOUR-RIGHTS, extension 100, or visit yourrights.com.
برنامج يور رايتس مع المحامية جومانا كيروز المختصة في قضايا حوادث السيارات، مع نخبة من المحامين في اختصاصات عدة منها الطلاق والهجرة والإفلاس، يأتيكم الآن على الهواء مباشرة. أسعد الله مساكم بالخير مستمعينا، تحياتنا لكم وحلقة جديدة من برنامج يور رايتس مع المحامية جومانا كيروز تأتيكم على الهواء مباشرة. أرقام الهواتف في الاستوديو للمشاركة في موضوع الحلقة والمتعلق بقضايا الإفلاس هي 313-769-6666 519-256-1023. للاستشارات المجانية رقم الهاتف في مكتب المحامية جومانا كيروز 248-557-3645. حلقات برنامج يور رايتس يعاد بثها على الموقع الإلكتروني yourrights.com/radio أو على اليوتيوب. كل ما عليكم البحث عن قناة جومانا كيروز. مكتب المحامية جومانا كيروز مختص بقضايا البيرسونال انجريز، قضايا حوادث السيارات، قضايا الهجرة والتجنس، قضايا الإفلاس، كريمنال لو، فاميلي لو، سوشيال سيكيورتي، وإصابات العمل. تحياتنا لكم. جومانا أهلا وسهلا.
صباح الخير.
صباح النور
لك رامي، لكل المستمعين ولضيفنا لليوم مثل كل نهار 3 المحامي مايكل بانكستين.
Hello, Michael.
Rami.
Hi, Rami.
Hello, Michael.
Hi, Joumana. How are you doing today?
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
رامي، إذا ممكن نذكر المستمعين إنه في بعض المواضيع اللي بنحكي عنها على الهواء ما بيحبوا الأشخاص يتصلوا لما ينسمع صوتهم. ففي عنا طريقة جيدة جدا برأيي أنا لأي شخص بيحب يسأل سؤال أو يكون عنده تعليق while preserving her or his anonymity بيقدروا يتصلوا على 313-327-7074. هو واتساب نمبر، وبيقدروا كتابيا أو يتركوا مسج ويعطونا السؤال أو يعطونا التعليق. فمش ضروري يتصلوا على الهواء على 313 أو 519 نمبر، بيقدروا يبعتوا واتساب على 313-327-7074. ورامي أنت موجود هون to monitor أي سؤال أكيد. أو أي تعليق بيجينا تحت الهواء. no problem. نذكر أنه بكرة مثل كل نهار 4 بنحكي عن الإصابات الشخصية. بكرة رح يكون مخصص بكامل الحلقة بكاملة لموضوع حوادث السيارات إن شاء الله بإذن الله. بعدين بناء على طلب كتير أشخاص من الموكلين اللي عنا وبعض المستمعين رح نبلش نتكلم أكثر عن موضوع الإصابات بالعمل workman's compensation. عم نفكر انه كل نهار خميس المحامي مايكل راث اللي هو اختصاصي بقانون الضمان الاجتماعي هو كمان اختصاصي بالاصابات بالعمل workman's compensation. فعم نفكر رح نحاول نشوف اذا بيمشي انه من كل حلقة نعملها نص social security والنص workman's compensation. we will try. يمكن نلاقي انه الوقت مش كافي لنعطي كل موضوع حقه، فيمكن نعمل حلقة social security، حلقة workman's compensation، أو يمكن نقسمها. بالإضافة نهار الخميس بإذن الله كمان بناء على طلب كتير من الأشخاص رح نحكي عن social security benefits for the elderly للأشخاص اللي بالسن متقدمين بالسن عندهم حقوق في قانون القانون الضمان الاجتماعي في الولايات المتحدة. رح نبلش نحكي عن هذا الموضوع. في موضوعين عم يجينا كتير أسئلة عنهم بالمكتب، هن social security for children أو children with social security or children with disabilities، وتاني موضوع عم يجينا منه quite a few questions هو عن social security for the elderly. الضمان، قانون الضمان الاجتماعي، شو بحق لهم، شو معهم وشو عليهم وقت بيصير الإنسان مسن بالعمر. بعتذر ما عم بعرف احكي كتير منيح الكم يوم لانه شوي مرهقه بصراحه وما عم نام كفايه. وقت ما بنام كفايه اول شغله that hits me هي my speech.
واو.
so نعتذر على هيدا الموضوع. كمان مرة يا أهلا وسهلا بكل المستمعين ليلي بيحبوا يتصلوا أو يعلقوا عن موضوع الحلقة اليوم اللي هي Bankruptcy، اللي هي موضوع الإفلاس، تحت الهوا على الواتساب 313-327-7074، فوق الهوا 313-769-6666، ومن وينزر 519-256-1023. كل حلقة نحن منحضرها بعد أقل من ساعتين 3 بتنزل على اليوتيوب channel اللي هي بتخص المكتب اللي اسمها جومانا كيروز يوتيوب. بيقدر الإنسان يعمل سبسكريبشن على هذا اليوتيوب وبيصير عنده notification كل ما مننزل الحلقة. كل حلقة بتقول شو موضوعها، وكل حلقة كمان بتفند بطريقة سريعة الأشياء اللي تكلمنا عنها بالتحديد. يعني نحن اليوم عم نتكلم عن البانكربسي، لنقول اليوم حكينا about debt relief، وحكينا about spouses filing bankruptcy. رح نحطهم هيدول لحتى الإنسان اللي حابب يتسمع عليها، وموجودة على الويب سايت تبعنا كمان أو بتكون موجودة، بيقدر يعرف. جتني فكرة بس هيدي بدها شوية تحضير من أشخاص كنت عم أو برنامج It's a nutrition برنامج على اليوتيوب، مش بس بيفندوا مثل ما أنا بعمل شو الحلقة فيها، بس بيحطوا بأي دقيقة. يعني بيحطوا at 4 minutes 30 seconds ببلش هذا الموضوع، at 12 minutes ببلش هيدا الموضوع. هيك الإنسان كان forward. لنقول إنسان حب يعرف امبارح about the public charge وقت كنا عم نحكي مع سام، أو بحب يعرف عن ال affidavit of support مثلا. يمكن ما بيهمه شو حكينا قبل وشو حكينا بعد، بس يمكن بدقيقة 7 حكينا عن هذا الموضوع لمدة 5 دقايق. كان فورورد الحلقة ليسمع عن هذا الموضوع بس بالتحديد. رامي هل عندنا اتصال؟ ما عندي مشكلة ناخد اتصال،
بس السؤال عن السوشيال سيكوريتي إذا حبيتي ممكن
إذا بطريقة سريعة. نو بروبلم.
ممكن معنا أسامة. مساء الخير أسامة.
ان شاء الله نهارك مبارك.
يا اهلا
وسهلا لك انت يا استاذ اسامه. شكرا يا استاذ. شكرا
يا رب. الله انا سؤالي على السريع لانه الخميس بكون بالشغل، والله ما بقدر احضر.
نو بروبلم استاذ اسامه.
الله يرضى عليك. اختي الكريمه انا من سوريا، من دمشق.
نعم.
نحن طلعنا لوتري مشان السرعه. انا عندي اصابه حرب وواضحه جدا.
نعم.
تمام.
نعم.
وصلنا هلا 6 سنين، بس ال6 سنين لسه انا ما اخذتها.
نعم.
للاسف انا عم بعاني انه ما بيطلع لي سوشيال سيكوريتي، حتى الفود ما بيطلع لي.
حضرتك عندك سوشيال سيكوريتي نمبر، وحضرتك على جرين كارد؟
كل شيء كامل، اموري 100% ضابطه.
نعم.
تمام. عم نعاني نحن كثير من الكيس ووركر. تمام. مع 5 سنين قلت لها انا صار لي 5 سنين واكثر. تمام. فبتقول لي لا ما لسه لا تاخذ سيتيزن. فشو لا اخذ سيتيزن؟ انا وضعي كثير صعب يعني. نعم. عندي عين فائده كليا بسوريا بالحرب.
نعم.
تمام. وعندي عين يا دوب عم شوف فيها يعني.
نعم. الكيس وركر، بعتذر ما قصدي اقطعك، الكيس وركر اللي حضرتك عم تحكي عنها هي من الكيس وركر تبعك، لانه حضرتك ما عندك SSI.
ما بعرف انا شيء والله بالضبط بالSSI عنه. لا ما عندي.
لا ما عندك SSI، لا ما عندك ميديكيت، لا ما عم يجيك دفعه شهريه من الحكومه.
لا نهائي بحياتي. حتى انا كنت طول عمري عندي الميديكير امرجنسي. هلا من شهر فتحوا لي فول كفر.
اوكي.
بس ولا بعرف شيء من المساعدات كنت ولا يرضوا.
اوكي. استاذ اسامه، مهم انه ذكرك انه هذا مش اختصاصي شخصيا. عم بتعلم عن هذا الموضوع كوني محاميه، وكونه فتحنا بالمكتب هيدا الديبارتمنت. رح جاوبك بطريقه سريعه، بس بتمنى لو بتتكلم مع المكتب بوقت بيناسبك. اتس فري كونسلتيشن، تتكلم مع المحامي مايكل. يا اهلا وسهلا. اول شيء بحب اقول لك مع احترامي للسوشيال وركر، الا اذا انت فهمت غلط منا، يور ستاتس كجرين كارد هولدر او كامريكان سيتيزن ما بيقدم وما بيأخر على قدرتك او عدم قدرتك انه تحصل على الSSI. الSSI هي مش فوائد فقط مؤهله للانسان اللي هو مواطن امريكاني، مؤهله للانسان اللي عنده جرين كارد. حتى في بعض البنفتس مؤهلين للاشخاص اللي بيجوا لهون on asylum الى اخره. مع احترامنا للسوشيال وركر، يا انت فهمت غلط يا هي is giving you the run around.
عملنا دعوة عليها ولا عم بستفاد.
اوكي انا بطلب منك اذا ممكن تجيب الملف تبعك، واهم شيء in this case واول نقطه بحب اقول لك انه مش ضروري منك محتاج تكون مواطن امريكاني لحتى تكون مؤهل تحصل على الSSI. لتحصل على الSSI بكل سهوله وبكل اختصار you have to have a qualifying disability، يعني المفروض يكون عندك اعاقه أو مرض أو condition qualifying، يعني من النوع اللي بتمنعك إنه تشتغل، أو من المتوقع إنه من هلأ لسنة ما تقدر تشتغل، ومفروض يكون مدخول العائلة تبعك متواضع. إذا عندك هيدول الاثنين حضرتك مؤهل للSSI. مش بهالسهولة، ما تفهمني غلط، بس هذا هو القانون. هذا هو القانون. القانون ما بيقولون كمان إنه تكون أنت مواطن أمريكاني. أما بالنسبة للمشاكل اللي عندك اياها اللي هي من الحرب بسوريا، هيدي كلها المفروض تكون بالميديكال ريكوردز تبعك. ما بعرف قديش موجود منهم الميديكال ريكوردز هون في الولايات المتحده. ما بعرف اذا حصلت على الملف تبعك الطبي من سوريا لحتى تقدر تفرجي شو الاعاقه او شو الوضع الصحي تبعك. بس بتمنى لو وقت تتفضل على المكتب شو عندك مستندات إن كانت طبية من البلد الأم أو من هون، وبالإضافة أي مراسلات اجتك من السوشيال سيكوريتي ادمنستريشن تجيبهم معك ومننظر بالأمر، ومش هي اللي بتقرر. أوكي أستاذ أسامة، يمكن
أسامة
مش مشكلة.
بدون قطع. نعم.
No problem. No problem. So happy to meet with him. أهم شيء إنه يجيب معه كل المستندات اللي عنده إياها. ومش مزبوط اللي قالتها السوشيال وركر. You can be a green card holder. You have a social security number and you can apply. And if you have what's needed, which is on one hand a qualifying disability and on another hand an income solo that as a person no more than 2,000, as a family no more than 3,000, then you can apply for SSI. وحكينا بالسابق انه كمان مرة وما بدنا نرجع نردد اليوم، فينا نردد الخميس، بيقدر الانسان يشتغل ويكون على SSI. The only thing is انه المدخول من SSI بخف شوي، بس الانسان اللي بيشتغل واللي بيكون على SSI بيطلع رابح اكتر من الانسان اللي بس بيتكل على مدخول SSI. كمان مرة نحن اليوم عم نحكي عن قانون الإفلاس، وكمان مرة ليلي بيحب يتصل تحت الهواء وما بيحب يعلن عن نفسه أو الأشخاص المستمعين يعرفوا أو يحذروا مين هذا الشخص، 313-327-7074. وللمتصلين على الهواء 313-769-6666 و 519-256-1023. In under 1 minute, Attorney Michael Bengstein, we repeat this because it seems like it is filling a need in our Middle Eastern community. What we charge and how little we charge for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. This isn't a sales call. That's not the way I'm looking at it. But people are delighted to know, those who know are delighted to know that all it's costing them in attorney fees to our firm is $575. So we should spread the word so that others know that all it's costing them is $575, which is below almost 100% of bankruptcy firms out there. So can you briefly talk about that?
Yes, our attorney fees for a Chapter 7 are $575, and that is a very good price. Many bankruptcy attorneys in the area charge double or triple of that for the attorney fees.
$1,500 to $2,000.
Yes, in fact, I learned how to do bankruptcy from someone who, and this was even years ago, was charging $1,500 for the attorney fees alone. You add all the third-party fees, nobody got a Chapter 7 in his office for less than $1,825.
And when you say third-party fees, we mean things like when you file for bankruptcy, you have to pay the court $335. That does not go to the law office. That goes to filing in the court. Otherwise, the bankruptcy court will not hear your case. Ordering a credit report is another $25 charge that goes to the company through whom we get the credit report. Paying for what's required, which is 2 credit counseling sessions, $30 each, I believe.
I think one's $25 and one's $35, but you have to do both of them, so it works out to $60 total.
$60 together, and that fee does not go to us. That goes through the company that provides the the counseling. So those are what you call third party, meaning payments that you have to make in order for you to file bankruptcy and get discharged from bankruptcy and start your life fresh, you know, before you can get discharged from bankruptcy. But to our firm, our attorney fee for the firm is $575.
That's correct.
We have also been very successful in helping a large number of people in waiving, meaning forgiving to the by the court, the $335 that we pay for the court to accept our complaint. If I filed right now a lawsuit on behalf of a car accident client, I have to pay the $235 online to the Wayne County, you know, tribunal, or to the Oakland or Macomb or Washington and so forth. Otherwise, they will not accept the complaint. So that $335 that you pay to the court, we've been successful the greatest majority of the time in convincing the court that it should be waived, meaning it should be forgiven, because the person who's filing for bankruptcy is someone who has truly very limited means and very specifically is under the 150% of the federal poverty guideline. We've repeated them a lot. We don't want to waste time, but they're very low numbers. And if you make income, you know, below a very small amount, then we can convince the court to waive the fee, and the bankruptcy trustee is not likely to object, because like we said in the past show or 2 shows ago, that bankruptcy trustees, they make a part of that $335. Not all of it goes to the court. Some of it, you said don't quote me, but maybe around $60 of the $335 is ching to the bankruptcy trustee without the bankruptcy trustee doing anything. So sometimes we have the bankruptcy trustee object. أوقات البانكربسي تراستي وقت بنطلب من المحكمة إنه تعفي الموكل تبعنا عن تكاليف المحكمة اللي هي $335. أوقات البانكربسي تراستي اللي هو عنده جزء دائما من كل في، يعني $535 ما بتروح كلها للمحكمة، جزء منه أكيد الرقم بس تقريبا بحدود $60 بتروح للبانكربسي تراستي. المحكمة معينته على هذا الملف. من وقت إلى آخر البانكربسي تراستي بيعارض. كان عندنا ملف شخص صحيح هو مدخوله متواضع جدا وأقل من 150% من الفيدرال بوفرتي جايد لاين، وقت طلبنا من المحكمة إنه تعفيه عن $335 البانكربسي تراستي عارض لأنه ثاقبت إنه جاي تاكس كريدت من الآي ار اس أو من ستيت اوف ميشيغان. So you know the bankruptcy trustee said no. وشو منفعته للبانكربسي تراستي؟ تقريبا $60 من $335. في بانكربسي تراستيز عندهم ألوفات ملفات المحكمة معينتهم بانكربسي تراستي على هذا الملف وهذا الملف وهذا الملف، مئات وألوفات الملفات. هيدول البانكربسي تراستيز بيعملوا مصاري كتير فقط إفلا شيء آخر من الجزء من الفايلينج فيه اللي كل إنسان مفروض إنه يدفعه إلا إذا انعفى عنه. In the past, Attorney Michael Binkstein, we've talked. In fact, you've had a social media clip that you prepared that talks about that very specific thing. We ran it one time before, and Rami, I just WhatsApped it to you if it's possible for us to listen to it. Sure. It is about creditor harassment. So today, I want to talk a little bit more about creditor harassment. How, and tell us, Rami, when you are ready to do it.
Just give me a couple of minutes.
Not a problem. Yeah, you let us know. You usher to us when it's ready. I should have sent it to you before. I do apologize.
No problem.
There aren't enough hours in the day to do everything. So you devoted a whole 30 seconds to it because you did say that there is it bears such a psychological burden on a lot of people who are not able to pay their bills and who may or may not go to bankruptcy, who may or may not be ready, who are trying to, not think about it, hoping that tomorrow it's another day and it's all gone, so to speak. It's not gone. They get a lot of harassing calls from creditors. Tell us a little bit more about that.
It's almost like the old story of the water torture, you know, where there's a drop of water dropping on someone's head, and the first time, the first 1,000 times. Oh, listen, we have the clip ready. We should just go to that.
We do have it. We can listen to it. Very short.
I'm Michael Bankstein, the managing attorney of the Bankruptcy Department at the law offices of Joumana Kayrouz. When your phone rings and you don't recognize the number, wouldn't you like to be able to just pick it up? Come talk to me at the 1000 Town Center in Southfield. We'll put a plan of action together. I can help you get there. Give us a call today at 866-YOUR-RIGHTS.
So two things, Attorney Michael Bankstein. Number one, how much of a problem to our clients, you know, the clients you've had in the past, the hundreds now of clients we have, how much of a problem is creditor harassment? What does it do to them psychologically? Walk us through a day in the life of someone who's getting called.
Oh, sure. It's incessant. First of all, they start
incessant, nonstop.
Yeah, it starts about 8 o'clock in the morning. And you know why it starts about 8 o'clock in the morning? Under the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act, you can't call someone earlier than 8 o'clock in the morning. So about 8:01, you start getting calls. And I think they can call up until 9 p.m. So consequently, all the way up until about 8:59, you're getting calls, and all day long they're calling you. Every time you go into your mailbox, you got a mailbox full of bills, calling you, writing you, suing you, garnishing you, and they do over the course of time. You would pay it if you could, but sometimes you can't. But they just drill you all day, every day, until you get to the point where you don't even want to pick up the phone if you don't recognize the number, or walk out the front door, or you knock on the door and you're afraid it's going to be a process server. They just absolutely swarm you.
They swarm you. They become truly harassing. They become very persistent. They become very aggressive. They call and they call and they call. And you said under the federal law, specifically the Federal Debt Collection Act, and we'll talk briefly about what that law is, they have the right to start calling you as early as 8 a.m. and as late as by 9 p.m. So they have a 13-hour window. Do you find that the same creditors call more than once a day?
They do. And in fact, once long ago, I did some loss mitigation for a big bank, and we had an auto dialer that could make something like 13,000 automatic dials outgoing every day.
Every day. And I have had some clients tell me that they'll start recognizing some of the numbers, they'll block them. The creditors will call them from other numbers. And sometimes the numbers are not a toll-free. They're not an 800 number. They're not an 800. Sometimes they are your local area code number, a 248 number, a 313 number. So you think that maybe this is someone, you know, who wants to do business with you, or someone you know. Or,
oh, yeah. Behaviorally, you're much more likely to answer the number that you don't recognize if it comes from a local area code.
If it comes from a local area code. So tell us a little bit about what people tell you when it comes to creditor harassment and getting calls.
They're afraid to answer the phone. I can't tell you how many times a person will call for bankruptcy. They might leave a message because it's after hours. We call them right away in the morning. And, boy, I've got about 5 seconds to say bankruptcy. Or sometimes a person will hang up because they just have people calling them all day long.
Oh, I see. So they'll call us, and when we call them back, they're concerned that we might not be the law office, that we may be yet another creditor.
I'll tell you exactly what I have to say and how quickly I have to say it. I'll just say, I don't know, Mr. Johnson or Mr. Smith or something. Hi, Mr. Smith. This is Michael Bankstein. You called me about a possible bankruptcy, and I'd like to schedule you for a free consultation.
And you have about 10 seconds.
Yeah, you got about 10 seconds max.
Before the... Yeah.
Or because, and I understand why, because someone's been fighting this battle for 2 or 3 or 4 years before they got to the point where they couldn't swim another stroke, and they picked up a phone and called the bankruptcy office.
Wait a minute, repeat that. Somebody has been struggling on their own, warding off creditor calls for 2, 3, and 4 years before they decide to file for bankruptcy?
Yeah, across thousands of cases, I've asked people about that, and it seems like it's typically anywhere from 2 to 4 years after the problem arose, because, again, you've been told all your life, don't ever file for bankruptcy. That's the worst thing you can do. Actually, it's not. It's the tow truck. It's not the problem. It's getting you out of the ditch and back out onto the road. Okay. So it was whatever got you in there is the problem.
So you liken bankruptcy to a tow truck. A tow truck comes in and gets your car that's stuck, in a hole in the road. The problem is not the tow truck. Actually the solution and the help is the tow truck. The tow truck is here to help your car out of the ditch.
Exactly. You never sit there for...
Bankruptcy is here. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, my apologies.
So bankruptcy, no problem. So bankruptcy, like a tow truck. With you and Michael Roth, I have to constantly paraphrase because you guys are so brainy that sometimes you speak over people's heads. And maybe my sole, goal here is to take this legalese and put it into plain language. So you're saying that bankruptcy, and people have been trained to think that bankruptcy is failure, bankruptcy is shame, bankruptcy is embarrassment, bankruptcy is something to be avoided at all costs. And you're saying you should look, and we're not encouraging anybody to file for bankruptcy who has other means, who can get out of it, because after all, your credit score is going to be affected, of course, and your ability to get credit will be limited for some period of time.
Temporarily.
But when there is no other solution, you should look at bankruptcy as the savior, the tow truck that's pulling you out of the ditch, and not the problem.
Exactly. You'd never sit in the ditch in your car for 4 hours saying, well, I don't want to have a problem by calling the tow truck, right? So you can think of it that same way. Bankruptcy isn't the problem. Bankruptcy is the solution to the problem. The bad stuff already happened in the past. This is designed to restructure your finances so that you can keep your possessions, you can get rid of the debt, and you can get back out onto the road, as it were.
I love what you just said. You said bankruptcy isn't the problem, it's the solution. The bad stuff already happened.
Exactly.
Already had happened. Okay, very good. Where do you think people picked up on the fact that bankruptcy is something to be ashamed of and avoided?
My theory is, because you always hear things on the radio about don't file for bankruptcy, you can restructure this, you can refinance this.
Yeah, and when possible, yes, of course.
And absolutely. In appropriate circumstances, yes.
And that is why every consultation you begin in the office, before you jump into bankruptcy, you explore whether or not there is another way around it.
Absolutely, in every consultation.
But it is a solution of last resort. When all else fails, bankruptcy is there.
Lots of money has been spent over a long period of time convincing people that you don't ever want to file for bankruptcy. And just think about who benefits from you not filing for bankruptcy, continuing to shovel every available cent into the credit card furnace.
Credit card companies.
Correct.
Companies. Absolutely. They don't want you to file for bankruptcy, and they love it when you don't, because they are charging you interest upon interest. That's what we call compound interest. We absolutely must, again, do another show and another show explaining to people not only the dangers of paying minimum payments, but also explaining to them when they do not pay their credit card in full, how the credit card company now can charge interest, and then interest upon the interest the month after. On the third month, it's interest upon the interest upon the interest. On the fourth month, it's interest 4 times over. Even if you pay 99.99% of your credit card and you leave 1%, that gives them the right under the law to charge interest. And I don't think a lot of people do understand that. We need to talk about that again. Let me ask you a question, and very quickly, because this can take a lot of time, but I don't think we should right now. Since we're talking about creditor harassment, and by the way, if you filed for bankruptcy for somebody today, we talked about that last time. If you filed for bankruptcy for somebody today, it will take the court about a week, maybe 10 days for that letter, the court, or that notice the court sends to this creditor and that creditor to stop. So it's very possible that in the meantime, for the next 7-10 days, creditors are calling you because they have not yet been notified by the court that you have filed for bankruptcy.
That's right.
So there may be a little time period, but rejoice because soon it will end.
Yeah, I tell people when we're filing, should subside within about a week or so. If it goes much longer than about a week or so, let us know, because the vast majority of creditors, they see that bankruptcy notice in the mail from the court and they back right off.
عم نحكي عن موضوع الكريديتور هاراسمنت، يعني الأشخاص اللي مطلوب منهم يدفعوا مصاري إن كان من قبل كريدت كارد أو فاينانشال انستتيوشن، وأوقات بيعانوا من هذا الموضوع لسنوات عديدة. استغربت وقت اللي بيقول لي إنه بيجينا موكلين وكان عنده موكلين بالماضي بيقعدوا 2 3 4 وهن عم بيتألموا لأنه ما عم بيقدروا يدفعوا البيمنتس تبعهم، وعم ببلشوا الكريدت كارد كولكشن كومبانيز يتصلوا فيهم. القانون بيأهل الكولكشن كومبانيز انه يبلشوا يتصلوا بالانسان من الساعه 8 الصبح للساعه 9 بالليل. they're very aggressive. كتير من المستمعين بيعرفوا هيدا الشيء. جئمين كتير، لجوجين كتير، ليس دائما بيتصلوا من 800 نمبر، كتير أوقات بيتصلوا من local number. يعني الإنسان بيفكر إنه it's a local number, this is not a collection agency، بس بتطلع a collection agency. أكتر من موكل خبرني إنه بيعملوا بلوك لرقم أول ما يشعروا فيه إنه هيدا is a collection agency، بيتصلوا من رقم تاني، بيتصلوا من رقم تالت. so very aggressive. كتير لجوجين. خبرني اللي بيجوا لعنا اوقات عم بيعانوا من هيدي المشكله، بيتركوا لنا اوقات مسج وقت اللي نجي لنرد لهم الاتصال تاني نهار، اذا تركوه after hours نتصل فيهم the following day. بيقول لي عنده يمكن لحظات قليلة ليقول لهم هو مين قبل ما يسكروا بوجهه، لأنه بيخافوا أنه ما يكون كمان من هيدول الأشخاص اللي عم يتصلوا لحتى يطالبوا بالمصاري من الكولكشن ايجنسيز. فبلحظات عديدة بدي أقول لهم بسرعة أنا عم جاوبكم على البانكربسي، it's a free consultation، ليفهموا هذا ليس واحد منهم. so the creditor harassment is a very serious issue، والقانون بيأهلهم. وإنما أول ما الإنسان بيقدم بانكربسي مفروض يوقفه، بس التوقيف ما بيصير instant. ليه؟ لأنه إذا عمليا إذا بتفكر اليوم نحن قدمنا for bankruptcy، وصلت it's e-filed right? our bankruptcy filings e-filed.
That's correct.
Yes. e-filed يعني دغري من الكمبيوتر للكمبيوتر. وإنما القانون بيقول انه المحكمه هلا بدت، ونحن بنحط بالبانكربسي the list of all the creditors، يعني كل الاشخاص اللي هن نحن بدنا نمحي الدين تبعهم، هيدا وهيدا وهيدا وهيدا. هون المحكمه بتبعت رساله كل واحد منهم وبتقول لهم انه فلان الفليتين قدم البانكربسي، يعني ستوب، يعني ما بقى تحكوا معه، يعني ما بقى تتواصلوا معه، يعني ما بقى تتصلوا فيه، يعني ما بقى تكتبوا له. ومثل ما حكينا الاسبوع الماضي، ولا تريبوسس ذا كار ولا فوركلوز ذا هوم. هيدول كلهم من الاشياء اللي ما بقى بيقدر اي كريديتور يعملهم اول ما توصل له نوتس اوف ذا بانكربسي. هو بالمبدا اول ما يقدم الانسان بانكربسي. ان ذس كيس بما بخص الكريديتورز هن عم يتصلوا، بدها تاخذ تقريبا جمعه ل 10 ايام ليوصل لهم التبليغ من المحكمه انه هذا الشخص اعلن افلاسه. طبعا الانسان اللي اعلن افلاسه يمكن يتعرض لشويه annoyance لمدة جمعة ل10 أيام ليجيهم التبليغ انه هذا الشخص قدم افلاسه، ما بيعود فيهم يتصلوا. then the calls will completely stop. so there is this time period، في تقريبا مهلة جمعة ل10 أيام بين ما المحكمة انذرتهم ووصل لهم الانذار وقريوا وحطوه بالكمبيوتر. ومثل ما حكينا المرة الماضية وقت اللي بنقول انه الكريديتورز بيوقفوا لانه the bankruptcy filing tolls everything، كل شيء بيفرز. يعني إذا امبارح إذا بكرة بدهم يجوا يستلموا السيارة مني to repossess the car، وأنا اليوم قدمت، صحيح إن بكرة بعد ما بيعرفوا، لأنه بعد ما وصلتها للمحكمة نحن كمحاميين دايما بنسألهم هذا السؤال: شو عندكم for the next 10 days؟ هل في شيء deadline، في foreclosure، في car repossession؟ لأنه دغري بنتصل فيهم وبنبعث لهم فاكس نسخة عن الدعوة إنه عملنا bankruptcy. ساعتها بيوقفوا. بتلا نقول سلم جدلا they're gonna repossess my car tomorrow وأنا قدمت bankruptcy اليوم، ما بيقدروا بقى. وقت اللي بنقول انه they have to stop completely، مش بس ما يتصلوا، مش بس ما يكتبوا، مش بس ما يقدموا دعوة، ما بيقدروا ياخدوا كمان السيارة. thank you. ما بيقدروا ياخدوا السيارة، ما بيقدروا ياخدوا foreclosure عن البيت. ومثل ما حكينا الأسبوع الماضي للست اللي اتصلت فينا وهي ما قالت لنا نهار خميس قدمنا البانكربسي، التنين اللي بعده كانوا بدهم يوقفوا لها الكهرباء او المي، نحن قدمنا قبل ما يوقفوا لها لسبب او لاخر. نهار اللي قدمنا ما قالت لنا انه التنين الجاي بعد 4 ايام بدهم يقطعوا لي المي، لانه لو قالت لنا كنا اتصلنا فيهم وكنا بعتنا لهم نسخه عن الدعوه so that they stop. قطعوا لها يا حرام، بس وقت اللي رجعنا اتصلنا فيهم وفرجيناهم انه قدمنا البانكربسي قبل نهار اللي مفروض يعملوا الشرف، رجعوا عملوا لها. So you were saying it's not just they have to stop once you file bankruptcy, they have to stop calling you, they have to stop writing to you. Again, it doesn't happen immediately because there is a little bit of a lag time between the time you file your bankruptcy and the time the court sends out those notices letting everybody know to stop. And stopping means stopping calling, stopping writing, stopping suing, stopping garnishing wages, stopping repossessing a car, stopping shutting off any utilities, you know, electricity, water, phone.
More like water and sewer, but I mean even with the utilities, you know, with a phone,
well, that's a land phone, but not a cell phone.
They've got to stop trying to collect. Whether or not they let you continue to use the phone long term is a little bit different than water and sewer and the sort of the basic electricity and things of that nature.
Okay, so
I couldn't guarantee that the carrier would let you, you know, keep using that phone long term.
Are you talking about a landline or are you talking about a cell phone?
I'm talking about a cell phone.
Okay. What about the landline?
With a landline, again, it's a little bit more discretionary. You need to have heat in your house. You need to have electricity. You need to have water.
But do you necessarily need to have a phone?
Yeah, the farther you move out from the you know the basic life maintenance, like when you start getting as far out as like cable, well, they can just say, hey, the heck with it. You're getting rid of our debt, so we're shutting the cable right off. Mm-hmm. Something like a landline. You know, they probably wouldn't shut it off immediately, but if you're looking to get rid of the bill and just say, I'm never paying you for the past due amount, I couldn't guarantee that they'd let you continue to have the landline.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So the farther you get away from the life support kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And we were saying last week how a lady filed bankruptcy. She didn't tell us that. She didn't know. She didn't open her mail. Point is that she filed for bankruptcy on a Thursday. We filed for her. The following Monday, 4 days later, they shut off her electrical bill.
It was water. Yeah.
Her water bill. And technically you had filed before, so they cannot, that creditor, the water company, cannot call her, cannot bother her, cannot sue her, and cannot shut her water.
Right.
That's one of the things it cannot do. So you had to call them and you had to let them know and then fax them the copy of the complaint, and then they reinstituted.
Yes, they turned the water back on.
They turned the water back on.
Now, for some reason, it depends on the municipality, but like and I don't want to name
Detroit, right?
Yeah, Detroit Water and Sewer takes longer to turn it back on than DTE for the electricity. The sense I get is for the water bill, they actually have to send somebody out to throw some kind of switch somewhere to actually turn it back on. So that can take longer than DTE, which, like I had somebody just the other day who got their power turned off. And there was a couple of things we still needed from them before we could file it. Well, they got us what we needed to file, got the notice over to DTE, and by the end of that same day that it was turned off, it was right back on. But for some reason, Detroit Water and Sewer, that can take up to a couple of days. Yes, so definitely let us know ahead of time so we can keep that from happening in the first place.
Right. So it's very important that if you are facing an imminent action such as a foreclosure, a car repossession, utilities being shut off, you let us know so that we are proactive, so that not only do we file bankruptcy, but we immediately notify these institutions by sending them a copy of the filed bankruptcy pleading that they can no longer do that.
Yeah, they've got to stop what they're doing.
Okay. Thank you very much. Attorney Michael Bankstein. مثل كل نهار ثلاثة بنحكي عن موضوع البانكربسي، عم نحاول نحلم بعضنا البعض عن البانكربسي، شو فينا نعمل لنتحاشى البانكربسي، financial literacy، إذا عن جد مقدمين على البانكربسي شو السلوك اللي لازم نتفاديه، مثل استعمال and putting any new debt آخر 3 شهور قبل البانكربسي لحتى نقدر نقدم بانكربسي بأسرع وقت ممكن. شو حقوق الإنسان وقت اللي بيقدم بانكربسي؟ وحدة منهم هلأ حكينا عنها اللي هي all the creditor harassment should stop. يمكن تاخد جمعة، يمكن تاخد 10 أيام. الأسبوع الماضي قلنا كمان إنه the bankruptcy filing بيمنع أي creditor، يعني أي صاحب دين، من إنه يتصل، مش بس يتصل، مش بس يتكلم، مش بس يقدم دعوة، مش بس ما يقدم wage garnishment، بس كمان ما يقدر يعمل أي شيء مثل repossessing a car, foreclosing on a home, or shutting off the main utilities. The phone, you know, I don't know if it's so essential, like a roof over your head, foreclosure, like a car to drive, possibly to work as well, like you need your heat, you need your electrical. So I think there is a little bit of a difference.
Definitely with water and sewer, they have to turn it back on. With cable, they don't have to. When you're somewhere in the middle with a phone, kind of a sometimes yes, sometimes no thing. And again, if you're just not paying the bill and you're going to dump a lot of the old debt, I couldn't guarantee that a telephone utility would let you continue to use it.
Since we are talking about creditor harassment, what happens if somebody comes to you and, like you said, you don't talk bankruptcy first. First, you want to make sure that there isn't another solution short of without bankruptcy. So before we take another call, just very quickly, you said before that for those who qualify for debt relief and debt, renegotiation and all of that, which is instead of bankruptcy, will the creditor stop calling you during that time, or are you gonna enjoy the pleasure of you being harassed? You said negotiating with your creditors instead of bankruptcy is like an year and a half journey.
Right.
And during that time, you advise that people stop paying, because at the end, whatever agreement is, they're going to have to pay it in full, whether you get them 40% to pay or 50%, you have to pay all that 40% in full. What happens to the callers during that time? The creditors calling. You can't stop that.
It's a voluntary negotiation of the debt with the creditors. It's not under any court supervised process. There is no automatic stay, so they can call you and write you. It can definitely be a bumpier ride in some cases.
Okay, so it is a case by case.
Yes, there's pluses and minuses to all the approaches.
You have, and so forth.
That's correct.
Okay, very good. Let's take a call, Rami. Hello.
Hello, hi, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good.
Can we ask you to lower the radio if you don't mind? We're having a serious echo.
Hello?
Yes. إذا ممكن نطلب منك توطي الراديو، عمري معروف.
Yeah.
شكرا.
أهلا وسهلا.
أهلا فيكي. مع مين عم نحكي؟
فاتنة.
يا أهلا سيدي فاتنة، تفضلي.
شبي لك ابني شوي واحدة نصبت عليه بشيء 25,000.
نعم.
اضطر هو مثلا كل يعني صارت ديون كثير عليه، ورجع سيارة وبوت كان شاريه.
رجعون ولا عملوا ريبوسيشن؟
لا رجعون. مثلا بعثوا له انه مثلا هن بدهم مصاري، وفي كريدت كارد.
مين اللي طلب منه مصاري؟ البوت والسيارة؟
البوت والسيارة يعني مثلا كانت كريدت كارد كانوا ستولن، بس لكن رفضوا. وحدة يعني بنعرفها هي، بس يعني رفضت انه تعترف فيه.
نعم، يعني اعتبروا انه هو صاحب الدين.
قدم انه مثلا ستولينج، رفضوا الستولينج.
نعم.
هلا عليه كريدت بحوالي 60,000.
يعني عليه ديون للكريدت كارد 60,000؟
لا، كريدت كارد والسيارات وهيك شغلات.
يعني ديونه 60,000؟ اوكي.
هلا مثلا
الديون هي بين الكريدت كارد والسيارة والبوت كله على بعضه 60,000، ولا بس كريدت كارد 60,000؟
كلهم كريدت كارد مع السيارة مع
very good.
لأنه صار في البوت باعوه
at a loss.
remaining balance.
Yes. نعم.
بقى هلا مثلا ناس نصحوني انه اعمل له لعندهم بيت Bankruptcy Chapter 11.
Chapter
بس
11.
انا هلا عم اسمع انه مثلا انه بيتاثر التلفون واليوتيليتي.
لا actually اليوتيليتيز هو منحمي. نحن اللي عم نقوله هو شغلة جيدة. نحن عم نقول للعالم انه اول ما الانسان يقدم بانكربسي، حتى لو شركة المي بدها منه مصاري، حتى لو شركة الكهرباء بدها منه،
نحن كل شيء ما في شيء حدا له مصاري عنا اليوتيليتي.
اوكي. تشابتر 11 ليش هو شو بزنس ولا هو individual؟
لا بس قالوا لي Chapter 11 لانه عنده بيت.
because he has a house. اوكي. بتعرفي قديش قيمة البيت تبعه؟
البيت تبعه يعني بيسوى شيء 350-400 ألف.
وبتعرفي قديش عنده equity بالبيت، يعني دافع من قيمة البيت؟
مثلا هو هلا عليه remaining balance $295.
well but that does not mean انه الباقي equity. اوكي. remaining balance حسب لانه شو الفاليو تبع البيت. remaining is 295. اوكي ما في مشكل. سو في عالم نصحوكي انه يعمل chapter 11 bankruptcy؟
Yes.
Okay.
They said it's 150. He paid for 5 years, 150 each month.
That'd be a chapter 13. Sorry.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna clarify that. So نصحوكي إنه إذا عمل chapter 11 بيدفع $150 بالشهر.
Yeah. For 5 years.
Okay. Okay. Very good. All right. وحضرتك محتارة شو لازم يعمل ابنك. اوكي. شكرا سيدة فاتنة، رح نعطيك الجواب. السبب اللي اخذت تفاصيل مملة شوي من سيدة فاتنة لوصل للمستمعين نقطة كتير مهمة. مع احترامنا للجالية واحد بينصح التاني، اوقات النية بدون شك صافية، وبدون شك اللي عطوها النصائح نيتهم صافية، ويمكن عم يحكوا من تجربة شخصية. يعني يمكن شخص حكي أول شيء ما في شيء اسمه chapter 11 in this case، هي chapter 13. ها أولا. وثانيا $150 بالشهر على 5 سنوات. يمكن في شخص من اللي تكلموا من الجالية مع السيدة فاتنة هو مرق بتشابتر 13 وطلع البيمنت عليه $150 بالشهر على 5 سنوات. هيدا ما بيعني انه البيمنت على كل انسان $150 ل5 سنوات. شو النقطة اللي عم وصلها هون؟ انه It's okay نحكي مع بعضنا البعض، بس بالنهاية لازم نستلجئ بإنسان، بشخص محامية عندهم هذا الاختصاص. أغلبية المكاتب المحاميين مش بس مكتبنا الاستشارة مجانية، لأنه بيحبوا يجلبوا الموكلين لعندهم، لربما عدد منهم بيمضوا معهم وبيوكلون ملفاتهم. يعني بتطلع شغلة رابحة لكل المكاتب. مكتبنا واحد من هدول المكاتب العديدة. free consultation. أنا نصيحتي إنه ابننا يستشير محامي، مش يقدم، يستشير لحتى يوضح له المحامي شو معه شو عليه. بدون شك اللي نصحها means well، بس اللي نصحها على الأكثر شيء إنه هيدا كان السيناريو تبعه $150 بالشهر ل5 سنوات. It's not gonna be the case with her son. هي أول نقطة بدي وصلها. The first point I was driving home is people were telling her that her son should file for Chapter 11. And if he did, he will be paying $150 a month for 5 years. You're rolling your eyes. The point we're driving here is that people mean well when they advise each other, but no two cases are the same. No two car accidents are the same. People come to me and say, my friend, he had a disc bulge and his lawyer got him $500,000. And I say, I'd like you to take me to that lawyer because I have a disc bulge in my back as well. So my point is, people mean well. It's a little bit like the blind leading the blind. It's okay to hear from others, but cases are different. They differ. Maybe the person who gave her that advice, has had $150 per month for 5 years because that's his situation.
Yeah, what they're not telling you is maybe you have a tax obligation that isn't dischargeable in bankruptcy, but you have to spread out over 3 to 5 years, and that might be driving the plan payments in a way that maybe your uncle with credit cards didn't have.
Sure. So with the 5 minutes remaining, here is the long and the short of it. Her son through a series of unfortunate circumstances, owes in debt $60,000. And he is concerned. He's been told to file Chapter 11. I assume they meant Chapter 13 because he owns a home. The value of the home is about $350,000. He still owes $295,000 on the home, so appears to have given $55,000 in payment, but that's mostly interest. I would think more than principal. So how do you calculate the equity? It's not a simple minus. No, you have to know the fair market. You have to appraise the home, right?
Yes, if you've got a good sense of what the value of the property is, you subtract what you owe on the house, and what's left over is the equity.
So if the value from an appraiser is truly $350 and he has paid already $295, it's fair to say he has $55,000 equity.
That's correct.
All right. So in the 4 minutes remaining, how can we help Fatina's son? Does he qualify for Chapter 13, and will he be able to save his home?
I'd love to know if anybody else is on the deed with him, because if someone else is on the deed with him, and I'm absolutely not saying...
Assume he isn't, because she didn't talk about anybody else.
All right. So there's federal exemptions and Michigan exemptions. If it's your residence, you can protect up to about $23,675. If you're under the age of 65, you can use the Michigan exemptions that would protect up to $37,500.
So that means of the first $55,000 that is equity, the $37,000 are protected. So that leaves him with about what, $12,000 he has to worry about?
Well, if you take $55,000 and you subtract $37,500, he'd be over the maximum exemption he can use by $17,500.
So what does that mean? Let's put that in plain language. Can he file for Chapter 13? Can he save his home? Yes,
I would say
no?
Chapter 13.
He wants to file, he wants to save his home, and he wants to get rid of the $60,000 debt that he has.
When I hear someone say save their home, it usually means they're behind on it. Generally, if you're behind on something,
I take that back. She did not say he's behind. She made it very clear that he's good with his utilities. She didn't say he's behind on his home. I think she's concerned that if he files for Chapter